Okay, we are on full self-driving. There's a new feature called the ASS, or the Actually Smart Summon, which is new to this. So I'll walk over that, but we're on version 12.5.4, and there are some new features here, but nothing in addition to what has existed on here. We can go over the release notes, but in general, the only thing that's changed for this is that visually it can see you through your sunglasses, and then it also mentions some like home link items. So coming soon, home link, my garage integration, and usage with continuous press, or usage without continuous press. So it does say that, and then full self-driving 12.5.4 specifies again the same thing that they place here, and then it says upcoming improvements, earlier and more natural lane change decisions, end-to-end on highway, and full self-driving on Cybertruck. Everything else notes-wise is the same. It does specify here on the cabin, or with the vision, with the camera up here, it does specify if you have sunglasses on, so we'll try that on, or we'll try that as well to see if it does the vision-based driving with the sunglasses on. So we'll have those available, and then the last one was the Slacker radio, the live one powered by Slacker radio that gets added. So with that out of the way, let's get started here. Put it in drive, check if there's any cars behind me. Nope, good to go. And then we'll hit into full self-driving. Again, I do this test all the time. I have this on max, and then we're on assertive as well. So we'll see what this does here. We got some cars. Got another Tesla coming through here. That's a pretty good pickup, and not any issues there that I saw. Let's turn this off as well. Okay. So now it's complaining. I have to look at the actual look at the actual road. And then I mentioned in the last video, if I take my eyes off the road, and you can see this by this green dot here, if it thinks that I'm actually watching the screen or not. And then I'm gonna do this also with my sunglasses, and see if it can tell if I'm not looking at the screen or not. Coming up to a fork here. Okay, so there it says attention monitoring unavailable because I have the sunglasses on. So that hasn't changed yet, so we're back to the steering input that we need to make. So yeah, so this is really about the nagging steering wheel. So that's still something that needs to be worked on, because they're trying to use this small little camera sensor to check if I'm watching the road or not. But again, it's going 34 miles an hour. I would typically go faster. The car behind me is another Tesla, and it's not on my butt, but it is going relatively slow. But we want to see if there's any difference here. So it should just go through this a little bit faster than this, preferably. So just go like 18 miles an hour through that. So, not bad, just needs to go a little bit faster through that. And we've changed this to actually go during the daytime. I'll try to do more of these during the daytime because you can just see more, and there's more traffic interaction as well. So more risk for me, I guess. But I'll put my hand on the steering wheel just to make sure that it doesn't do anything stupid and get me into big trouble here. Car coming. It's deciding to stop, so that's okay. It should have an opportunity to go, and it's going. All right, it went. that was pretty ballsy, pretty assertive, I guess. I would have probably, if I did go during that, I probably would have accelerated a lot more, because that was somewhat decisive, but it was a little bit close there. I did merge well here to get into the right lane, so no big issue there. Really gotta watch what this thing does. Alright, making a right turn here. We'll see if it makes this right turn on red or not. It should. It's done it before. It will need to move up further to get visibility. There we go. And we got cars coming on the right here, so it's trying to decide. It decided not to go, so that's good. They have the right away. Good to go. Alright, that was good. Can't complain about that. It handled that decently well. And this is kind of a predetermined map, so we get a little bit of everything. We get a little bit of neighborhood driving, in-traffic driving, a lot of merges, a lot of turns, stuff like that. So yeah, this is something that I've been testing out for years now. Same routine. Let's see what it does here. I would go into this lane here. It does have room. I don't think we're gonna make this light though. I'm gonna push it. I wanna make the light, so it wasn't gonna go, but I pushed it to go. Because we had some coverage from that other truck going through, so. That's more just a convenience thing for me. I didn't want to wait for that. Again, we do have to make a right turn eventually. I want to see how it does and if it is any better at keeping the speed and making the turn at a higher speed. Because yesterday night it slowed down to like almost a halt at like 18 miles an hour. This road here is 45 miles per hour in terms of the speed limit. Typically people are going like 55, 60 miles an hour here, so good. It's merging early, so that's a good thing. Should be in this lane to make a right, so merging earlier is better, so that you don't have to worry about it later. When cars are around, I'm going to put my hand on the steering wheel because I don't want it just randomly jerking out of the lane and hitting another car, because Tesla is not liable for anything. I am liable if the car gets into an accident, so that's always fun to think about. Turn on the air here. Good on auto. Yep, paying attention to the road. Okay. Alright, got a right turn up here. Signaling. This is okay because the cars ahead of us are slowing down. So it's taking this at 17 miles an hour, which is okay because, again, we are getting slowed down by the cars in front of us. A car behind us was also making a right turn, so again, can't complain about that, but circumstances slow down traffic so that it makes it seem okay making a right turn at 18 miles an hour. Let's see what it does here. This car is going relatively slow. Again, I would typically be driving, like the speed limit's 45. I would at least be going that. The car ahead of us is not going that speed. 45. Hopefully this person goes straight. Looks like they're making a left turn. They did not stop, like, at all. Alright, there's that stop. And then it's going. Easy, easy peasy. Let's see how fast it actually goes and see if it tries to catch up to this car. Alright, we're going 50, so that's better than what it was doing yesterday. It's literally going like 40 the entire time. It was so annoying. Wrapped car. It is the blue that I like, though. Slowing down for the roundabout. Let's see how it handles this. Turn signal to go right. Bunch of cars coming. Okay, we should have an opening to go. Good to go. No cars coming. That was pretty easy. Kind of like a stop sign, so nothing to really worry about there. The car ahead of us was really giving us if we were the first car, then it would be better to see what it would do in those scenarios. Again, we're like at 40 miles an hour at the speed limit. We're going 38. This kind of stuff is annoying to me, but I am imagining it's basing it off the car in front of us. So we're also making a right turn here, so we'll see how this does. Going 15, 14 miles an hour on this turn, so pretty slow. But again, I don't know, it's a neighborhood. See, up here there's a person walking their dog and stuff like that, so it's obviously going to be some worry that, you know, there's children playing in the neighborhood and stuff like that, so it makes sense to go slower here. Got a FedEx van up here, going around it. It's good. It did signal going left and then going right, so interesting. Another car here, going a bit slower. Another car over here. Going around it. Good. No issues there. Again, all of this is happening a little bit slower than I would want it to go, but, you know, as I mentioned before, slower the better in these cases, I think. It is signaling to go left. I'm not sure why. We're just kind of letting it do its thing right now. It's going around the roundabout. I do need to enter in the next point, so this is kind of where it ends here for it. So I imagine it's going to stop somewhere. It's kind of just jerking about the wheel kind of strangely. It is to the right, so this is pretty good. I mean, it should stop right around here though. I'm not sure what it's going to do here. Are you going to stop or no? It's still going, okay. So it doesn't, at the moment, really know when to stop. So we're gonna head back, same sort of thing. Okay, yep, that's good. All right, let's go. Yes, I'll pay attention to the road. It does that, like, it really wants you to look at the road. Person on the right here, doing some surveying. Going about 17 on this blind corner here. Got a FedEx truck back. We're passing. Staying on the right of it, good. And we're speeding up a bit. Going 24, wow, 25, look at that. I have visibility. Probably put this back in here. Alright, this should be a little bit tougher. Left turn at the stop sign. We'll need to move up pretty far up to get some visibility. Good on the left and right. Okay, good. Oof. Not bad, not bad. Gotta say, this is much better than yesterday. The dark might also affect it in the way that this performs. Hopefully these cars clear out and we can get a true sort of roundabout feel if there are cars coming out in the roundabout. Let's see. Don't see any cars oncoming, so we likely won't run into this issue here. Oh, here's a car. It's gonna wait. Okay, not bad. Car up there. Does have the left turn signal on. And then it turned on the right turn signal to go off of this, to make that right. Good. Not gonna complain about that. Slowing down a bit for the stop sign. This was a little bit interesting. It stopped pretty late for this one last time, need to stop. That car gets to go first. All good. No complaints there. Yeah, so yesterday it stopped pretty late for that stop sign, which is a little bit strange because most of the stop signs and stoplights that I've gone through, it's creeped up to them very, very slowly. Stop signs not so much, but stoplights, it's done that all the time, and it is super annoying because most of the time it does that or some of the times that it does that, it's when I need to make a left turn, and obviously you need to trigger the traffic light to know you're there before you make that left turn. So it's missed a few, and I don't really like that action. I'd rather have it do what it just did, in that if it sees something that it should stop at, gradually stop, but don't crawl to the stop. See what it does for this too. It's done this various ways, this left turn. So this is the right way to do it, I think. You make a left turn into this lane. You can make a turn into this as well. So again, you saw the phantom turn signal there. Phantom turn signal to go right. Not sure why it wanted to go right. It needs to make a left turn at this light. So just trying to provide feedback. I've noticed that it doesn't always allow you to give it feedback, which is interesting as well. If it doesn't, well, should still be able to get through this here. We'll see though. It's gonna try to go for it. It did cross over the intersection of these two lanes into the right lane, so that wasn't the greatest, but it was interesting how it kind of saw the spacing between that car in front of us and that Tesla behind us, and it just knew that it had a little bit of space and knew that they had to slow down to actually make the right turn. I don't really think about mentally the association to that, but it did definitely have to do that, and that was good. Alright, I need to make sure that it switches here. Because currently it's not going back the exact way that I want it to go. Alright, I might switch it here at this light. Merged. Good, not bad. Alright, it's not the fastest way to get back in. I think that's the reason why. Okay, good. That should be the right way now. Good to go. Merging right. Should get a green light here, so pretty close to it. Slowing down a bit here. Alright, green light, should go. Okay, left merge. Wants the left merge again. Good to go. Good, no complaints there. And it is doing all this through traffic, so this is good to see. It interacts decently with traffic at the moment. At least in this scenario that we've gone through. Left turn here. seemingly doing better with entering lanes. Again, here I want it to get to this a little bit faster. I don't want it to creep so slowly up to the lane. But it did enter the lane and entered the lane early and fully. It's had issues on left or right turns, mostly left turns that I've seen, where it doesn't fully get into the lane, like it's still in between like the middle lane and the left turn lane. So that's not the best practice, and definitely something that I've seen, at least on this drive, some improvement on. Alright, good to go. I should merge right. Does that a little bit later than I would want, but I suppose there could be somebody making a right turn there, so don't come out in the street. 4 squirrels in a row, Jesus. 19 miles an hour, 18, 17. Pretty slow on that. I would typically go through that a little bit faster. And we'll see how fast it goes through this as well. No cars behind us, so it's only us and the road. And right now it's going slower than the speed limit, which is not what I would recommend. Even slower around this bend here. Went down to 25. $30. Huzzah, we hit 30. So bad. I mean, honestly, this is the way that one should drive, right? Is not in a super hurry. You probably get there on time with some time to spare, not super rushed, anything like that. Alright, good to go on this right turn. And left turn to merge? No left turn merge. Okay, that's all she wrote for this one. I think this one's starting to get up there. I think we're probably in the B plus range, quite honestly. I think the only issues that I have are the speed that it's going. I wish it would be more like aligned with the speed limit and more aligned with the fact that humans typically drive 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, and that should be the rule set. But let me know in the comments what you think. I think with 12.5.4, this is quite decent. I haven't driven it on the highway with this new version, but yeah, I think this has been pretty good. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.